This comedian is based out of Philadelphia. I have been there since the start of his career. I actually saw him lose his comedy virginity, guys, believe it or not. All right? Yeah, that's disturbing. All right. But he's a very funny guy. Please put your hands together for Mr. Thom Leavy. Tom, you ready, Tom? Tom?
Sorry, guys, I'm trying. Really? Sorry. There you go. It's a little crowded.
How did I have the coordination to catch it? I don't have the coordination not to knock it over in the first place. All right. One more time for Chica Loca, everybody. Good friend, very funny lady, but every time I watch her perform, I always wonder, what's the Spanish word for chipmunk? There's an Alvin, a Simon, or a Theodore who's lonely tonight because she's in Wildwood, right? All I'm saying is that if you're a guy and you want to talk to her after the show, just watch her nuts, all right? We're good with that so far. A lot more of that. You know what? Before I start with the jokes, I got some really big personal news this morning. My girlfriend is pregnant. Thank you. Thank you. And when I find the guy who did that to her, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. That is not okay. She's not pregnant. She's 46, and she's a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Yeah. So if anyone's ass is getting kicked, it's mine. Yeah. She told me about the martial arts on our very second date, and as a man, I didn't know how to feel about that. Anybody else in the room think that's kind of fucking hot? Yeah. I don't want her to beat me up. I'm just impressed that she could. But if I needed her to choke me in bed, she knows how to do it right, yeah? Like a pro. So if you see me in a couple days and my eyes are bloodshot, I had a really good weekend. That's just a joke too. I've never been choked in bed. I did get choked once by a stripper. Yeah, that's the first truthful thing I've said tonight. She's giving me a lap dance, her hands are on my shoulders, and all of a sudden they're wrapped around my neck. And I was like, hey! Hey, okay. We need a safety word, I think. All right. Well, thank God COVID's over, right? Yeah. No, you're not too sure? All right. The government doesn't think it's over either. The CDC is still pissed not enough people have been vaccinated. So, are there any anti-vaxxers here tonight? Liars. All right. There's usually at least one. All right, so if anybody here is an anti-vaxxer, I just want to ask you to do us all a favor, reach out to your sense of community. I'm not going to ask you to get the shot because I know you won't, because America or freedom or whatever the fuck your argument is. If you're not going to get the shot, could you at least learn to fucking lie to people? Could you do that? Stop being so proud you didn't get the shot. You're slowing shit down, right? Look, if you can talk a woman into bed by saying I love you, you can do this. Just tell them what they want to hear. Do the right thing and lie. That's the point, right? I'll show you how easy it is to lie. Sir, could you ask me if I have been vaccinated?
Have you been vaccinated?
Oh yeah, I got the 2 shots in my arm. I got sick for a day. I'm fine. Just repeat bullshit you've heard other people say. Right? Not that hard. Let's do one more. Ma'am, can you ask me if I've been vaccinated?
Have you been vaccinated?
I love you. Do you see that? You see how easy it is to lie to people? So you either get the shot or jump on team bullshit. I don't care which one. I'm sick of it. I had a COVID scare a couple weeks ago. I went camping with some friends, and some of the guys there were positive. So when I got home, I had to take one of those take-home tests. But I fucked the test up. I took the test, I looked at the results, and it said I was pregnant. I was pretty sure that was wrong. So I double-checked the instructions, and I figured out what I did wrong. It was one of those nasal swabs. Yeah, I peed on it. You don't want to do that. So the girlfriend's real. Pregnancy is not. I'm happy we're together. She's a great person, and it got me off, out of the dating pool, which I hated. I thought I was going to meet women doing comedy. No, we don't have groupies in comedy. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. We don't have any pun bunnies or ha-ha hoes. We don't have any chuckle fuckers. No. But there was one time, about a month after I started doing comedy, I almost met a woman after I got off stage. It was the first time I did really well. I got more laughs than I expected. And when I plopped down on my seat, I remember thinking, I wonder if that was good enough I could get a groupie, right? Which is so dumb. Now I know there's no groupies, but even if there were, there's going to be a groupie in a bar in Claymont, Delaware, on a Wednesday night at an open mic, Just waiting to bang me if I'm funny. No. But the moment I thought the word groupie, I felt this dainty little hand on my right shoulder. I was like, oh my God, did I just manifest a girlfriend? The hand goes across my shoulders to my back, and I turned, and I looked up, and I locked eyes with my friend named Otis. Yeah, there was a dude the whole time. Apparently the universe has a sense of humor. So I looked up and I'm like, yeah, haha, douchebag, very funny. And don't get me wrong, I still fucked him, right? I pounded the shit out of him, yeah. Look, the universe gives you a gift, you just take it, right? Or not, all right. And I didn't meet women through comedy. I tried internet dating like everybody else, right? First time I tried internet dating was on Yahoo Personals. Anybody hear that? Yeah. You have? Yeah. Well, I hope you got better results than I did. I talked to one. It's a free app. You get what you pay for, right? You guys know that. Not a lot of quality. But there was one woman named Veronica who emailed me on Yahoo, and she was a little weird, but I figured, fuck it, we're on the internet, let's give it a shot. And we go from the email stage, we go to the talking on the phone stage, and she's talking to me one night about her family, about nieces and nephews, and she mentioned she has an Aunt Peggy, which is a very weird old white lady name. And Peggy is like Peggy, they're both nicknames for Margaret. Only reason I know that is because I have a Peggy in my family too. So she's telling me about her Aunt Peggy, and she mentions her Peggy lives in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. I was like, that's funny. My Aunt Peggy lives in Feasterville. Oh, fuck. I interrupted her and I said, does your Aunt Peggy live with her adult son, Joey, and his girlfriend? They're never getting married? And she said, yeah, how do you know that? Like, because we're cousins. That should be the end of the story. That should be the big punchline, but it isn't because of what she said next. I said, we're cousins. She goes, is that going to be a problem? Don't get me wrong. I still, you figure it out. All right. Oh, boy. Yeah, so I wasn't good at internet dating, obviously. The only thing I got good at was reading women's profiles and figuring out what they really mean in their descriptions. Like, the headlines give a lot away. Like, I'm looking for my best friend. That's a real popular one. Really? Shouldn't you fucking have one of those already? Right? I'm in my 50s. I'm only going to date women in their 40s. You've been on the planet how many decades? You don't have a fucking friend yet? No. That's not the void in your life I was looking to fill. That's a vagina joke. A lot of people got it. Good for you. It's usually like one or two people. Awesome. Yeah, and I can't be your best friend in the relationship. What happens when I fuck up? And I will, right? You can't vent to me. You need a girlfriend or something. You can't complain to me about me. I'm just going to tell you I was right, and you're just not going to believe me. What's the point? Another headline was, hey guys, no hookups. Right? Women will just put that right out there. Oh, we're not going to have sex. Great. I can't wait to talk to you. But we as men, as gentlemen, we know what that means. She's hooked up a lot, right? Last call was right before you saw her profile, right? And we know it means that she's been slathered in hookups, so she's turned that off. And she's putting it on us, like we're gonna have to seduce her to get into bed, right? That's too much pressure to put on a guy, and you can't leave it up to us. If it's up to us, we're definitely gonna have sex. There's no question. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Well, maybe there's some butt stuff, but we'll see. I love the phrase butt stuff. Oh boy. I'm in a very good relationship, and I'm glad that I don't have to deal with. Ladies, I don't mean to insult you, but like you have a lot of deal breakers, you know? Stuff like, if you voted for this guy, swipe left, or if you don't make this much money, don't even talk to me. You want to ride this ride, you better be at least this tall. I'm this tall. A lot of rides I don't get to jump on. That's bullshit. Not fucking fair. As a man, I only have one deal breaker, age. I'm 51. I'm only going to date women who are at least 40 years old. Because I don't want to talk to 30-year-olds, and I definitely don't want to talk to 20-year-olds. I want to talk to 20-year-olds. I just feel, these are my feelings, want to speak my truth. Yeah, pretty fucking annoying. And that's what 20-year-old boys talk like, right? Do what the girls sound like? I have no idea. They don't want to fucking talk to me either, so at least we understand each other. But even if I did, even if I'm gonna, date or talk to a girl at a bar next door, what's my opening line to a 20-year-old girl? Hi, do you hate your father? I think I went to high school with him. He was a dick. Tell you what, sleep with me, we can both get back in him at the same time. How about that? All right, everybody, let's welcome Chica Luca back up to the stage. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.